Hey guys, Lee Cole here. Hope you're doing great. And this is a real treat. I have got Sean Anderson on here. And Sean, you're going to talk to us about something new. It's not scary. You've been blowing it up, and it is really bleeding edge messenger bots. We were just talking right before we hit the record button, and you were going so far so fast. I said, stop. We have to just start recording and get you to start talking. So Sean, introduce yourself and just go back in that flow and tell us the cool stuff you were telling me.
Absolutely. So what's up? My name's Sean Anderson. Lee was generous enough to have me on an interview here for you guys. And we're talking about if anybody in the marketing community, you're going to hear the term Facebook Messenger bots, chat bots, things like that. And it's one of those things, and Lee literally did have to stop me and so we could start recording this, because I get really excited talking about this stuff, because there's all these things that come out, and we are inundated every day as marketers of, oh, this is the next best thing. This is the next best thing. This is the next best thing. Well, about a year ago, I clicked on an ad and it opened up a messenger bot. And the second I clicked on that ad, I was hooked. I knew the power of it, but I didn't know what to do with it. Okay, so I was like, you know what? The only way to truly test something is to jump right in. Okay, and at first I thought it was a fad. Like I said, we get inundated with marketing stuff all the time, and it comes and goes. Well, over the last year, anybody watching this right now, at this point in time, this is the best time to do this, because the technology has now caught up with the usage that we want. In fact, it's like we've been handed this multi-tool with a million different uses, and if we only use a few of the tools on it, like the blade and the screwdriver, we can catapult above everybody that is not using a messenger bot. Okay.
Sean, let me just slow you down a little bit and ask you a couple of questions. Number one, because we got all kinds of people looking at this interview and all kinds of levels of technical sophistication.
Yes.
What is a messenger bot? Let's just define that.
Sure. Okay. So a messenger bot is, we all know what Facebook is, and then we all know what Facebook Messenger is. Facebook Messenger is basically, it's text messages that you can send through Facebook. And then a while back, Facebook announces, hey, marketers, you can use this platform now to communicate with your customers. And all of a sudden, phone calls, emails, and now Messenger is just as powerful as the emails. Actually, in my opinion, it's becoming more powerful as a marketing modality to reach our customers now. It's another way to communicate with our customers.
So a messenger bot, I don't know that much about it, which is good, because I'm going to ask all the newbie questions.
Sure.
A messenger bot is basically it's an automation of Facebook Messenger.
Yes, and I'll take it. I'll define it one step further. It is an actual. So because all of us marketers, we can all relate to email marketing. Okay.
Right.
Literally, we've got Messenger, which is the platform like sending email. Okay. Like let's say I just sent you an email, Lee, about something. That's kind of like the platform. But then we use the software for the bot. It's our autoresponder.
That did exactly what I needed to do. So a messenger bot is basically an autoresponder for Facebook Messenger.
Absolutely.
Well, so, the way with autoresponders in broad strokes, you need to get the emails on the list somehow.
Yep.
You need to be interacting with those emails in a marketing kind of way. So how does that all work with messenger bots? How do you get people to message? How does that work?
Great question. I love this. Is a great setup question. So personally, there's, like I said, it's a multi-tool. There's a million different ways to get a person on your email list, right? Same with Messenger, but there are two main ones that I like that are my go-to staples. Okay. So to keep this simple, there is a Facebook Messenger ad. Okay. Somebody clicks that Messenger ad in Facebook, and your bot opens up. It starts the flow.
I think I just wet my pants when you said that. I don't know anything about this, but my mind just went.
Yes. And the thing is with that, and this is what happened to me, this is what hooked me, because I'm always looking for something new. And I clicked on this guy's messenger ad, and all of a sudden my messenger opened up and he was chatting with me. And I was like, you've got to be kidding. There's got to be, this guy has to be doing something shady, because that's way too cool. Well, guess what? That's what I do now. It's exactly, there's a way to, you set up your autoresponder, okay? And you actually, they have a piece that you put in the middle that connects it to your ad, okay? So that's how you're getting people on your subscriber list.
So you get people on a Facebook Messenger bot-ish subscriber list. In other words, yes. the parallel to your list in an autoresponder. So you get yes. people on a list, and so yep. I'm guessing, just like in autoresponders, you can have a bunch of different lists for different purposes. I'm guessing with Messenger's bot, you could have lists because you're driving different ads. So you could have lists for people that you're going to sell offline services to. You could have lists for people you're going to sell coaching to. You could have lists for people that you're going to sell weight loss ClickBank products to. I mean, is that how that would work?
Absolutely. The thing is that it is not, it's just a new tool to do exactly what we've been doing. It's just right. a new modality to do it. That's what it comes down to.
Basically, we're automating what we've been doing. Now, when you said that what hooked you on this is you saw an ad, you clicked on the ad, and suddenly you were involved in this messenger bot conversation with this guy.
Yep.
But that was an automated conversation, right?
Absolutely.
Now, so am I correct in saying, my mind still, I'm 60 years old, Sean. People don't really know this about me, but my mind never got out of kindergarten. I don't know why. I got to get things on the total, the total baby level.
Sure.
So, which helps being a marketer, frankly. But I'm thinking that the person that you were quote unquote talking to, you weren't really talking to the person. You were just interacting with an automation. Am I
Absolutely.
correct?
Yep.
So did you hear that? You're going to use ads. You're going to get people on a list. You're going to have a pre-automated thingamabob. And don't worry, that's not scary. Sean's going to explain that whole thing to you in a minute. You're going to have a pre-automated thingamabob. These people are going to be interacting with your messaging, with your marketing message process while you are out, paddleboarding or something is what I would be doing. So, I mean, have I got that basically understood?
Absolutely. And what you do, and here's the, like you were asking, can it be used for, ClickBank affiliate marketing, offline services? The real difference between this and email marketing is, and I'm going to keep referencing email marketing because that's what we all know.
Absolutely.
So when you think about it, and this is such new technology, and I'm connected to many, 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 many bots, and I'm seeing nobody using this correctly, okay? We have email marketers, and I screwed this up at first too. You have email marketers trying to use this like an email platform, okay? It's not. It is conversational. So my bots that I built
in real time.
Absolutely. And so when you're chatting with somebody in Facebook Messenger, there's the 3 dots that go across the bottom that rotate. Yep. Okay, you literally program that as a delay thing in the software we're using in your autoresponder. So it literally looks like I'm sitting there typing the message. Now, I know that when I'm engaged with a bot, I know that person's not sitting there typing, but we're so programmed that our girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever is typing back to us that we think, we know consciously that they're not typing, but subconsciously we're like, wow, this person's actually engaging with me.
Well, it makes it follow a pattern that we're already comfortable with.
Bingo.
Instead of just, you say something, bam, comes back, and bam, comes back, and that's weird. It has the little delay thing.
Yep.
This is like totally huge. I feel like I'm falling in love with something. This is just, God, I mean, this is amazing. So, now, one thing that you were telling me before we started recording was, you're using email marketing, which is a good pattern and analogy to talk to people about this through, because everybody's familiar with autoresponders. But there are some massive differences between bot marketing and email marketing in terms of open rates and engagement and stuff like that. Could you tell us some of that, please?
Sure. And so there's there's kind of two answers to your question here. As far as, well, there's, like you said, you just feel like you're falling in love with something here. Some of the frustrations and the limitations with email, we do not have now with messenger marketing or the messenger bot. Okay. Open rates. I mean, I screwed it up. I literally burned a list to the ground, and my last one that I sent out I got 62% open rates.
Wow.
Okay. 62% of people some people, when you do it wrong, they're going to let you know you're doing it wrong. Okay. Mm. And I still got 62%. Now the last one I sent out, 90%. Okay. And so there's that. And then as far as engagement goes, when you are building out the chat flow is so simple. It is so simple. It's a drag and drop. It's literally drag and drop, type it in. And what you do, you ask simple questions. Yes, no, maybe. And you basically, it's one of those, and the analogy that goes around all the time. Do you remember Choose Your Own Adventure books?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was kind of like, if I remember correctly, these were books where the path through the book was different according to what you chose. Yes, yes.
Yep. And that's exactly what we do with the messenger bot. We ask them leading up questions. What we do, we start out like, what's the goal here with this conversation I'm having with this person? Let's say, I'm going to blow your mind in your second here, and I can't show you because I don't have my screen up. Mm-hmm. But let's say our only goal of that messenger flow is to collect the person's email. We actually want their email as well. Okay. So we ask them a few questions. We get them. When I used to sell cable door to door, okay, years ago. And we called it like a yes chain. We get them in a yes chain. Okay. And we ask them different questions. And at the end, we say, hey, whatever we're leading them, whatever lead magnet or whatever bribe we're offering them, we can actually have it to where their email that belongs to Facebook will populate for them. They don't have to type it out. They just tap it, and it gets sent to our autoresponder.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
This is beautiful. Yes.
And
now, when you say gets sent to your autoresponder, you mean gets captured by the bot thing, or actually gets sent to a real live, honest to God autoresponder?
Oh, we have it set up to get sent to Aweber, ActiveCampaign, whatever you're using. So there's no opt-in for them. All they do is tap their email, because we have it. There's a button that we put in our flow that will auto-populate that. And if you're a coach, it does that with their phone number as well.
Nice. And if you're like selling business services, internet services to businesses, what people normally call offline marketing,
yep,
the phone number would be incredibly valuable.
Yes.
So now, if I understand it, I mean, this is all through Facebook's platform. Is that correct?
Yes, it's all getting sent through there. It is just the autoresponder we have set up is through third-party software. Mm-hmm. But this is all done through Facebook. And the thing is that we have with this technology, it's so new, and that's why I'm saying this is the perfect time for everybody. Because I'll tell you what, like my partner Robert Stukes and I, we've gotten the crap kicked out of us the last year. Okay, because things have changed and things have broken and everything. The technology's caught up now, Lee, as to where I just talked with Robert last night. If you came up to me and said, Sean, I'm tasking you with something here. I have a new yoga studio down the street, and we want to pack the house in the next 4 days. Okay, next 4 days. 4 days I don't need that. Give me a day. We can have a fully branded, full list of people engaged, ready to go, ready to come into pack that yoga studio.
Wow.
Just like that.
That is mind blowing. Now I'm going to ask you one of the big questions that I think a lot of people will have.
Okay.
I mean, this is so powerful and so mind blowing. It sounds like it's from the use of technology point of view, or going through the learning curve. In other words, learning how to do this. This sounds really difficult.
Here's the honest answer to that. It used to be. It used to be. If we rewind a year ago, the chats that I was having with a couple of guys who were pioneering this stuff, there was zero information out there how to do that. You could not, you could, like I said, getting the crap beat out of you. I sat there for 24, 48, 72 hours figuring out one little piece just to make it functional. Now, if I sit down, I could sit down with somebody like you said yourself, this is all new to you. 60 minutes, we could have you fully up and running, ad live, campaign, leads coming in, leading down the path where they're ready to buy from you in about 60 minutes, because I've gone through the learning curve already. I know now how to simplify it. My actual brand is Wicked Simple, and I take complex things, make them simple, because all that peripheral noise and stuff is great. But you know what? This is so simple. We get them to click an ad, start our messenger bot.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, it can be simple now, A, because technology has gotten better, but B, because you've already figured it out, and both you and Robert are excellent at teaching other people how to do things.
That's kind of the sum of it, yeah.
Okay. And that leads us to the final thing, is you've got a new product coming out. I love the name, Badassery.
Yes.
And I'm sitting here looking at some stuff you've written about it. You say, Badassery is a highly detailed step-by-step blueprint of the exact methods that you guys are using. In other words, you're going to teach people how to do all this exciting stuff, and they're not going to have to spend a year figuring it out.
Bingo. This course here, I would have given anything to have had a year ago, because it cuts out the noise. It cuts out, like I said, you've been handed a multi-tool with a million tools and a million ways to use it, and most people are going to sit there looking at this tool going, this is so awesome, and I don't know where to start. Okay?
Right.
We've stripped it down. Robert's thing is work smarter, not harder, and mine is keep it simple. Okay? So between the two of us, we have stripped down to the very basics, but without taking away the power of the functionality, and refined it as to where anybody, you can go, any level of skill can jump into this, and we're taking the scariness out of it. And as far as the technical side, it is just, it is ridiculously simple to set up. It is, awesome. It's so simple. As I was typing something out this morning, I was like, I don't know why this was so difficult before. Well, it was before because I didn't know which of the two buttons to click. And now that we've gone through,
that's just like all of computer internet technology. If you know how to do it, a dead dog could do it. If you don't know how to do it, you just got to be Einstein to figure it out. There is no in between. So you've got this all figured out. You can walk people through, instead of like all of the other things that come with the Swiss Army knife. You can say, use this one tool and that one tool. That's going to get you where you want to go. Forget all the other crap. You can walk them through how to do stuff. And so somebody who buys Badassery, realistically, somebody who's going to sit on their butt and go through your training, which doesn't sound like it's going to take too long, what would they be able to accomplish after they do that?
By the end of, I'll actually give you, let's say when we launch at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on next Tuesday, okay? On the 7th, okay? You pick up the course at 11 a.m. You go through the videos. Let's say go through the videos. You have to have lunch. You want to take a little nap. So let's say you get through everything by, let's say, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
Okay. Before dinner starts, you can have a full bot built out with leads coming in that afternoon.
Wow.
Yes.
So in other words, in really a very relaxed few hours.
Yes.
You could be up and rolling with bots actually creating lists, actually intelligently engaging with people.
Absolutely.
Actually collecting emails, actually collecting phone numbers if that's what you want to do, theoretically actually selling stuff if you're just like an online only person and you just want to sell your own products or products that you're an affiliate for. This is really awesome. Now, you use Facebook ads to do this, right? That's the front end of this whole thing.
Yes, and yeah, we go over ads, But here's the thing. There's the other thing when you were asking earlier about how do I get people engaged with the bot, okay, or on your bot list. There's another thing, and I said there were two things that I use, okay? There's that, and there's another thing called a ref URL, okay? You literally take that ref URL, and anybody you give it to and they click on it, they click the Get Started button, they are now a bot subscriber. So you don't have to run that. You've got a blog post. You stick a link to your bot in that blog post. Somebody clicks on that. It opens up Messenger. They click Get Started, and you have a bot subscriber.
So you could stick this, if I'm understanding this correctly, and folks, I think everybody's figured out that Lee knows nothing about this, but as soon as this launches, I'm about to dive into it. But you could stick that ref URL. I mean, if you can stick it on a blog post, you could stick it in a description on YouTube.
Oh, absolutely.
Which means that you could do something like use a click tracker and actually put it in your YouTube card.
You could,
like,
yes.
You're doing it like this, folks. This is obviously going to be a YouTube video, so there's little notifications up there, right? And so you could say, click here for more information. Bam, that's a bot link.
Yep.
Good God Almighty.
Yep. Without overwhelming anybody, that's only two of the things. There's a landing page one, but I won't go into that because it's just another thing. But those are my two main ones, is using a Facebook ad, and then that ref URL. It's like cold email outreach. Here's a pro tip for you: cold email outreach. You stick that bot URL. You're selling bot services just to build bots for people.
Right.
So you take that URL, stick it in a cold email outreach, email that out. Instead of asking for people to opt into your autoresponder list, they've just now opted into your bot. They see the bot in action, and they go buy your bot services now because they know that what you're doing because you just showed it to them.
It's a complete no-brainer. I mean, this is that. I love selling stuff like that, where I actually call it show and sell, where basically the potential client experiences the thing that they're buying from me, so that I can say, I mean, basically, hey, you know how the reason we're sitting here talking on the phone, Zoom, wherever, you know how you did this and did that and did that? Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do for you. Did you like that? Yeah, well, it worked. You're sitting here talking to me because of that, right? Okay, exactly. So that's going to, well, that way they totally understand. I love selling like that. It is so easy.
Well, this right here, in this conversation, we haven't even scratched the surface.
Wow.
We've got a 30,000 foot overview, and that's what Robert and I with Badassery, we're going all over it. We're taking the scariness out of the entry point, and then once you get in, once you start seeing the engagement, you start seeing action happening. You're literally, this is nothing short of revolutionary with what you can do with it, because like I said before, person's walking down the street and their phone buzzes, and it's you as a marketer, and as long as you do it conversationally right, you just opened up your world.
God, I mean, this is just like, internet marketing 3.0 or something. This is a whole new deal.
Yeah, I think we're about to 3,000.0 now with this.
Yeah, I think we're about to 3,000.0. And just emphasizing the fact that you went through an enormous learning curve with this. I mean, obviously, you're an extremely accomplished person who knows a ton of stuff. You bring a lot of skill to this, but even you went through an enormous learning curve, and you're taking the learning curve out of it. I mean, somebody can go through your training and get going in a meaningful way within literally a few hours.
Absolutely, and that's the point of the whole thing. I see it's frustrating for me as a marketer wanting everybody to adopt something that's scary, that's so powerful. The fact that it's so powerful, I want everybody to use it, but everybody's too scared to use it. And so that's why even our logo for this is a silly looking bot. And I was like, Robert, I don't know, it's kind of silly looking. He goes, that's the point. Everybody's scared to use this technology. I mean, there's people that I'm seeing, I'm like, why aren't you using this? Well, I just don't know how to use it. I was like, oh, dude, you have no idea. It's like this conversation right here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I fall into that category. Obviously, I've heard of bots, and it's on that long list of things that we're going to do in our business someday. But I thought, well, this is when I get everything else figured out, and then I've got all of this time to tear into that thing, right?
Right.
But the thing is, I don't have to do that anymore, and other people don't have to do that anymore. They just got to buy your training and get rolling with it.
Exactly.
Loving this.
Exactly.
Launches on the 7th, right?
7th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome. Yep. Sean, thank you so much. Anything else that we need to add to this?
Yes. I just, when Lee asked me to get on interviews, I didn't even tell Lee this. This is only my first interview since 2011. Okay.
God, this means I'll be over 70 years old before you have your next interview.
Right. This is important. This is important enough for me as a marketer. Obviously, I'm a marketer, but also I'm shouting this bots from the rooftops, because if done right and done simple, like Robert and I are teaching, it can literally take the guy that's struggling, that's stuck, that goes, hey, there's this awesome new technology. I'll figure that out later. I'll write blog posts. I'm like, no. Let's cut straight to where your customer's phone is buzzing in their pocket with your marketing message. We did it all simply, ethically, and the right way to get them engaged to where we're all in this to make money at the end of the day, okay? And
right.
Have our loyal tribe, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
People are giving you the privilege to contact them through Messenger. We do it right, and we do it the simple way. You can be up and running in a day.
That's amazing. Yeah, that is amazing. I deeply appreciate the interview. I know people looking at this are going to love this. Folks, this launches on the 7th. I've got a great bonus package for you. Even if I didn't have a great bonus package for you, you would be insane not to buy this, frankly. And this is literally, I don't say this very often because it doesn't happen very often, but this is like the coolest thing that's happened all year so far.
Awesome.
I can't imagine anything else happening that's going to be cooler than this. So thank you so much, Sean. I really appreciate your time, and
absolutely
talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. Thanks, bud. Bye.